Hi guys, happy Friday and welcome back to our channel. I have a MATIC update for you today. It's been moving quite a bit and hitting targets, so I'm excited to show you what I think about it. I'll be telling you what wave I think it's on, where it's headed up from here, and then where it should be going after this. So if you want to see that update, then just keep watching. Okay guys, we're here on TradingView. I have it cleaned up a little bit from the last update, and just to recap from the last update, we're looking at this wave here, and we were talking, or I was talking about how this could either be a big A wave or this could be an A, B, C. So I don't have it marked because it's unclear, but these next subwaves are going to be really telling on what the previous wave was. So what I said was that if this was just the A wave, then we would come up and resist here, and I have the box still here at the 0.5, and you can see that that's what we did. As the waves started building out, then to me it looked more like it was building a 5 wave. So I had that measured out as a 5 wave. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in here so you can see. Oops, get out of that one. Okay, so from here, this is what I was measuring out. Okay, so if you've been following me on Twitter, we've had a few trades within here. Down here for our 4th wave, we've bought in. So I am now long with an average of 2.22 from buying at both targets, and you can see now it's starting to come up. So what we want to see now is we want to see this 5th wave building out impulsive structures. So 5 wave structures is what we want to see. So let's zoom in and see from the bounce at 4 what subwaves it's building. I'm gonna get my fibs back in here for this 4th target just so you can see where we bought. So you can see here, it's a little bit different here on Binance like usual. The prices are a little bit different. But here, we bought here at 2.25 and 2.19 was our next entry ladder. So from the bottom here, you can see it's starting to build these 5 wave structures again. I'm going to zoom in even more. You can see from our bottom here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks either like it's still on 4, or this 5th failed, or it's still working on the 5th. So this is still in progress here. What we can do is, since it's starting to build out some patterns that we can recognize, we can start to actually measure out this 5th wave and see if we can get these subwaves to align with our top target for that 5th wave. First, I'm going to get that target for the 5th wave, and then we'll start to build out the subs. So the target for the 5th wave is we're going to back up here. Okay, let's get this rescaled. Okay, so for the 5th wave, you always start at the bottom of 1. So this is the larger waves, the larger degree that I'm measuring out here. And then where 4 landed. Okay, so then as always, 5th is going to target 0.618. But if you're trading this, 0.5 is a good target. So if I'm long from 4, 0.5 is always a good target, but a good take profit. But the target is the 618. So how I'm going to be trading this is I'll be taking profit on my long at 2.44, which is actually the last high. And then I'm going to be flipping short at the 618. So at 2.50, I'm going to be going into my short position. And that'll be my first ladder on my short. And I'll show you a second one in a little bit, because we always want to think about another scenario that it could be in, because if you peg yourself to one scenario, you're gonna get burned. So I'm gonna back up in a second and show you what else this could be and where you want to place a second short entry if you're gonna short, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So let's get in here to this fifth wave and see if we can get these subwaves to measure out to this top target here to see if that's really what it's building. Okay, so like I said, if we zoom in here, looks like it's on the fourth or the fifth wave still. So let's zoom in even more and measure this out. So just like we did with the larger fifth, we just zoom in and do the exact same thing on the subwaves. So from the bottom to the top of 3 and then down to 4. So this is if 4 is finished, which, like I said, it's a little bit unclear because it made a double top. So this could still be 4, like maybe coming down to the MA, and then coming back up to the 5th. So if it does that, you want to pull this down, obviously, to where it lands. But for now, this is about what it could be looking like. And it has this subwave target of 2.37. So let's get that marked out here so we don't lose that measurement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which will drag down here if it needs it, otherwise 5. Okay, so that's our first markings there, and then let's just delete that for now as we build out so this will become 1 of the 5th, and then we're going to measure out what 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the 5th will look like. So from here, this entire 5 wave that we projected out, we're gonna want to put in a marking now for that's all of 1. Let's bring it right to where we think. And then 2 will come down to 618. So you can see this is gonna be really good support here, really nice alignment so far on these subwaves is what I'm seeing. And then the 3rd wave, something like this. And then up to our final target. So we're going to get that measured out here in a second, but I just want to start showing you how I think about subwaves as they're forming so that you can do this too. Okay, so we're going to measure out this 3rd wave because we do have this 2nd wave target here measured out, and I'm going to clear out those fibs so that it can be a little bit more clear. So then for our 3rd wave projection, we're going to come down to the bottom again, up to where we think 1's going to land, down to 2. Okay, so now this is putting a 1.618 projection way above where our final 5th wave target is. So that doesn't seem right because that might be too high, which it might be our 2nd scenario if it goes up there. But I'm going to talk about something else. So 3 can also target a 1 of 1. So even though 3 is usually the longest wave, it doesn't have to be. It can match the other waves. So if 3 were to match 1, then it's likely that 5, they'll all be the same size. So if I were to do a 1 of 1 for 3, it falls a lot better than this 1.618. So at 2.45 is where I'm about estimating that this 3rd wave will land. So let's clear that out now that we have that measured out, and then we're going to get our 4th wave target. So this 4th wave down to about 2.373, which we know, which you can see when you look to the left, 4 can't come into 1, and it's also the 382 target, so that should be where it lands. We don't want to see 4 come into 5 to the 0.5 because that would be breaking into the 1 region. So this is lining up nicely. We're going to get rid of that measurement, and then we're going to see if the subwaves of these can land our 5 right here. So from the bottom here to 3, and these are all just rough estimates as they actually come to target. You want to adjust your fibs a little bit for the actual price that it does hit, because it could be even cleaner or not. It could be a little bit more extended than what we thought. So for here down to 4, you can see that this subwave 5th is landing at 2.55. with our larger at 2.50. So they are pretty close. We just want to, I definitely think that as they come, it might even get more closer. Like we could have a wick of 4 come down into 1 but still be okay and close above, but that will pull our target down. So about, you know, it would pull this down to maybe align with there. Also for this 5th, it could not go all the way to 618. It could actually come to the 0.5 target. And you can see that aligns a little bit nicer, but I'm going to leave it just right at the textbook target and just see what happens and measure that out. So that is a pretty nice alignment for our 5th wave, for the 5 waves of the 5th wave. So let's zoom back out and see what this looks like on the larger scale here. Okay, so we have all those measured out with our top here, and let's get another box going there so we can keep that in track. So for our first short, or my first short, I'm going to be at 2.50, which is right here. And it could come up to 2.55, but I won't add at that point. I'm just going to hold. I'm also going to show you this other scenario because, like I was saying, if this is a new trend or a correction is what we're looking at. So let me even back up even more. So if we come through here, we have an A, B, C, or A coming up to about 0.5, which is right here, which we're projecting it coming up a little bit more, which is still okay for B. B can't make a new high, so it actually can come way up here without being invalidated. So we need to be on the lookout for this. So our next retrace, you can see it also falls in line with, it's hard to see, but this 0.65, 0.618 area is actually the larger 618 retrace, which we're projecting here. So this is going to be a big area for resistance. But if this is coming up for a larger ABC, you can see here what these subwaves got a little bit messy. Another scenario I want to keep in mind is that if this is A, B, and then we're actually coming up for a C wave instead of this 5th wave. So in that case, our C wave would actually be a little bit higher. So I'm going to show you a second place to ladder your short just in case it comes up to that. So let's see here. I'm a little bit spinning. See if we can get it to clear. Okay. So what I'm going to do is measure out is if this is a C wave. It would look like this, and it's around in the I've done it, and it's about in the 70s region. So as all these come together, we can really see. Okay, so there's our one right there. It's really hard to see. I've actually done it a few times, so I'm going to put this box there, but the one lands right in here. Okay, so that's the game plan, guys. We're going to be taking profit on the longs at 2.44. We're going to be, let me get rid of some of these. We're going to be shorting then at 2.50 and then another at 2.72 just in case it goes up there. And then I'm going to show you where we're going to be taking profit on those shorts. If it's an ABC, a larger ABC, it'll look something like this. Obviously, wherever B ends up landing is going to bring up this C. So B, like I said, B can come all the way up here, and then it will bring up C to look more like a flat. So we're just going to pull that down for here, and we're going to measure out this B if it lands at our 5s that we got measured out. So for that, we're going to go from the top of A down to the bottom of A, and then up to where we think this is going. So I have it right here. 2.50 is the larger target. and you can see it puts our C target at 1.49 or 1.50. So that's mapped out for that. But on our shorts, we want to be a little bit more conservative, because if this is a new trend coming up, it's only going to come down to a 618 retrace. So our shorts should be taking profit as if it's coming down for a 2, because that is the more conservative pattern that it's in. So I'm going to mark that out to tell you where to take profit on your shorts. But you can see that if we do start to come down and even break this target that I'm going to show you, make a new low, we're going to come down to $1.50. So be on the lookout for that. What we want to see is if this is in play, we'll want to start to see 5 waves coming down now. So 5 waves up for 2, up for a large 5 wave down, stuff like that. So otherwise, if it's more a new trend, from the 618 we'll start to get really impulsive, breaking this B and coming up. But I'll give you guys a new update as it gets closer. So let's get our shorts take profit marked in here, and then I think we're going to be wrapping this up. So for shorts take profit, we want to take profit at the 2. So let's clear out some of these markings and get what a 2 wave would be right here, and then to where we think it's going to go. So obviously on our shorts, we're going to want to keep adjusting these fibs for the actual high that it makes, which I say in almost every video, but make sure you're doing that. Okay, so this is where I think it's going to go. 2.50 could come all the way up to 2.55 based on the subwaves, but let's just leave it at this textbook 5 right here. So that puts our wave 2 target down here at 2.14. Let's see. Go here. Oh, okay. 2.40. So there we go. I have 2.40 just for a little bit buffer on the fib, but now I have marked out here the next couple trade plans. So we have our longs taking profit at 2.44, we're shorting and we're taking profit at 2.14, and we're watching to see the waves that it's building just in case. So this isn't something you're going to want to long. This is something, unless you watch the RSI and you see that it's really coming to bullish diversion here, then that could be a great long. But otherwise, just wait and see, take profit on your short, because like I showed you, this bottom C target could be in play, and that's all the way down at $1.50. So be careful on these next trades. I'm going to try to keep you guys updated as it goes, but for now we have the next few trades planned out, and I think we're good to go from here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please come over to Twitter and follow me if you're not already following me. And until next time, guys, bye!